Hey, how you doing?
Oh, not good. 0-2, not good at all. I was at a wedding last Saturday. Beautiful wedding, beautiful affair, beautiful couple. But it puts a it messes up your Saturday. Can we have a rule, please? No fall weddings on football Saturdays. Like, what are we doing here?
Football season should be off limits for all weddings.
I had a buddy who went to Michigan State with, and he not only did he schedule his wedding on a fall Saturday, he scheduled it Michigan State week.
Oh my God!
And all of us were like, what are you doing? Like, so this just needs to be a rule. Like, no fall weddings, football Saturdays. No, it's a friend of mine from back then. But I mean, he hadn't even kissed the bride, and I was already doing like a swim move over the aisle to get to a bar across the street from the church. Like, it was a disaster. Like, really, Michigan State week.
That's what I would have the phone like this on my lap the whole time, the whole game.
Oh, we did. I mean, this was also when before you could really stream on your phone, so it was like, it was not good. Grandpa? Yeah, no, he's still in your area. You should go meet up with him. Yeah. Yeah.
I sent my pics to you, courier pigeon. Did you get them yet?
Glory days. We used to have a couple beers back in the day at Glory Days.
Yeah, Glory Days is always a fun spot to go to. It's a cool spot, and they got TVs everywhere. You can watch every single game. It's a cool spot for anybody who's never been. Come check us out.
Good wings at Glory Days, if I recall.
Yeah, their wings are always good. I get their wings like almost every time I go there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, their cheese fries are banging, so good. They smother those things in cheese and bacon. I mean, what else? What could be bad with that? Yeah, those are chicken tenders, chicken nuggets. That's what those are.
Why do you get the boneless?
Bacon's good. I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start with the ACC. We have an ACC matchup tomorrow. Syracuse at Clemson. The Tigers have not covered in any of the 3 games this season. Cade Klubnik's only completing about 58% of his passes. Clemson is averaging under 5.5 yards a play, the lowest in college football bowl series. So that's pretty bad for Clemson. They haven't looked very good. They squeaked by with Troy. I remember I told you guys Georgia Tech was going to beat them last week with the upset. Georgia Tech beat them. So that was a nice pick by me last week. I'm not saying Syracuse is going to beat them, but I can't see them beating a team by 17.5 points right now. That's a big spread. Syracuse isn't terrible. Syracuse last week, I know they were playing Colgate last week, which isn't a football powerhouse, but they racked up 66 points against Colgate. And then they also won against UConn the week before that. They're coming off 2 wins. I'm taking Syracuse plus the points. So plus 17.5. It is, yeah, it's definitely dropping because it was at 17.5 on DraftKings earlier, and now it's down to 16.5. I think now it's DraftKings. Um, yeah, definitely hop on it quick because I don't. I mean, I don't see Clemson beating a team by 3 scores right now. They're just not with it right now unless they put it together. I know Dabo was like yelling at the podium his last press conference, saying like, if you want to win, don't fire me type thing, and all this other stuff. He's like trying not to get kicked out of there. But Clemson is not Clemson this year, even though they were super hyped coming into the season. They have not shown up at all. So I'm rolling. It's the battle of the oranges, by the way. Clemson orange versus Syracuse orange. I'm saying I think Clemson will win the game. They're a better team, but I don't see them beating them by 17.5 points. I don't see Syracuse been. I don't think I looked up their history just because I always do against teams I pick, and I think Syracuse has only beaten Clemson like once in their entire school history, and it was like 20 years ago. So I would stay away from that. But I mean, it might be worth putting a couple bucks on it. Yeah, yeah. Especially if they lose the Syracuse. I mean, Syracuse is not like a football powerhouse, something like that. Like if they lose Syracuse, and especially if it's bad, yeah, I think he would be gone for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you. So for my first pick, I think I'm going to go over to Madison, Wisconsin. We have a juggernaut of a game.
I just drove by there trying to leave Green Bay.
Yeah, there you go. This is one of those classic mascot games: a terrapin versus a badger, a turtle versus. I mean, what is a badger? It's like a varmint or a glorified weasel. But you only get these in college football. It's a great matchup. Wisconsin opened 7.5 point favorites. It's gone up to 9.5, still under 10 key number. So I'm liking Wisconsin at minus 9.5 at home in Madison. This is a stripe out game, so they're going to all be decked out in red and white, depending on the sections you're in. Breaking down the two teams, Maryland, they're 3-0, but they have one of the worst strengths of schedule in college football. They played the powerhouses of Towson, FAU, and Northern Illinois. Terrible strength of schedule, yet despite that, their ground game has been non-existent. They're ranking 114th in rushing offense, which is last in the Big Ten. Their third down efficiency, they were rank 112th in the country. Red zone efficiency, 95th. They have their one bright spot would be their freshman QB, true freshman QB, Malik Washington. But listen, he's stepping up in competition here. This is going to be his first road game of his college career in a hostile environment. Wisconsin, they did lose last week to Alabama on the road. Don't forget they've been starting a second string QB since week 1 when Billy Edwards went down with a knee injury. I'm understanding that he's been taking more and more snaps each week. He desperately wants to play in this game. Why? He used to play for Maryland, so he wants to get in the game. Rumor has it he's been taking about 50% of the snaps with the number ones. So I'm banking on him playing. Combine that with a strong running game led by Dylan Jones. That running game ranks 4th in the country. They're strong up front like any Wisconsin team on both offense and defense. So give me the Marmots, the Weasels, the Badgers, whatever it is. I saw it for 9.5. So I'm going with Wisconsin, pick number 1. I would not go above 10.
The line moving like that makes me think that Vegas thinks that he's coming back to play too. If it started at 7.5 and it's jumped that much already, that tells you there's some insider information that he's probably going to be playing.
Agreed. I love me some Gus Johnson. He talks so declaratively.
We're heading to the SEC. We did ACC first. We'll go to SEC now. The game I'm looking at is Auburn at Oklahoma. I'm looking on Auburn. What'd you go with? So I was going to say I kind of have two picks for this game. I think Oklahoma does cover the spread of 6.5. I think they'll win, and they'll win by at least a touchdown. I also kind of like the over. Both these teams can score. Auburn is averaging 37 points a game. The only real tough threat they've played though is Baylor, but they scored 34 against Baylor, something like that. But the other ones, they played Ball State and they played South Alabama, but they scored in the 30s or more in every game. Oklahoma is averaging 34.5 points a game. So both teams can score. I see this as like a 30 to 23 type game, something like that. 30-21, something like that. So that gives you 51 points. It's going to put you over the 46.5. So I like either one of those two bets. You can put me down for both if you want. Oklahoma minus 6.5, and I would take the over 46.5. Yeah, that sounds good. If you want to parlay them, put them together as a half unit, I think that might be a good play. Yeah, Oklahoma's pretty good this year. I mean, they're pretty good. They're stacked right now. I don't see Auburn. Auburn was they shut out the last two teams they played, but like I said, it was Ball State and South Alabama. But and when they played Baylor, they beat Baylor by I think it was 8, something like that, or 9. But Baylor hasn't looked that great since the beginning of the year. But yeah, I think Oklahoma rolls, and I think the over covers as well. Yeah, they moved. All these teams move all the time now. Like teams and players, they're moving all the time.
Who's he with now?
There is new rules with the players transfers. You guys hear about that? Where you only have like 30 days to declare the transfer portal, and like there's only a one-time window where you can transfer. Like before this past season, you can like kind of move whenever, and now they're kind of like starting to regulate it a little bit more. So hopefully, that's better for college football. Hopefully, I think. Yeah, Mississippi State. Yep.
Great question. Not at Sparty Stadium. I have stormed one college football game, Army Navy in Baltimore, probably about 5 years ago. And Army won. This is when they went on their winning streak, so they hadn't beaten Navy in a while. And the cadets start flying over the wall, and I'm like, I'm going. And so it's like a 10-foot drop. You know, all these like athletes and just men and women, cadets made of steel, and then like Pudgy Me just does like a little roll over the wall and like smacks down on the ground. But I was on the field with the cadets. They brought in a tank. I have a great picture of me on the tank. Like it was great. That's the one and only time I've stormed a football field. Army Navy. Oh yeah, and he like shoves the lady out. That's a great episode. Yeah, it's a great episode. Get out of here. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Costanza when he wore the bodysuit when he ran across the field in Yankee Stadium and
yeah,
the nude bodysuit, bodysuit man.
Why have you guys stormed a field? No. Yep.
I never have. No. I've done some crazy things to like concerts, like a bunch of I listen to a bunch of metal, and like some metal bands they do some crazy things, like rush the stage and People stage dive and all that stuff. I've done stuff like that, but never at a sporting event. No, never rushed the field. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I have some pictures here. It's there. It is. Like, probably can't even see it on the field. Army Navy. It was great. If you've never been to an Army Navy game, that is a must college football.
I agree.
Bucket list.
I've been to one when it was at FedEx Field or whatever it's called now, Northwest Stadium, the Skins field. They played there one year, and I went, and it's an awesome experience.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Got to do it. Sounds good. For my second pick, I'm going out to Bloomington. This is the Saturday night NBC game. Illinois versus Indiana. This is going to be a great game. The line opened up Indiana -4. It's up to 6.5, so we're still under 7. 2 3-0 teams, both ranked in the top 20. Illinois 9, Indiana 19. Do we ever think we'd see the day where we'd have the Big Ten juggernauts of Illinois and Indiana both ranked in the top 20 coming into a game? I wouldn't have predicted it. The last time this has happened, you want to take a guess? The last time these two teams met when they were ranked? No.
The older?
It's longer than that. It's longer.
47.
Close. 5 years before Marty McFly went back to beat up Biff and kiss his mom. 1950. Of course, Marty went back in 1955. These two teams have not played each other ranked since 1950. Huge playoff implications on this game. We know Indiana was in the playoff last year. They're looking to get back. Last week, they played their in-state rivals, Indiana State, mashed them 73-0. They have a potent passing attack led by QB Fernando Mendoza. He's thrown 9 TDs, no interceptions thus far this year. He's got a stud wide receiver in Omar Cooper. Listen to his line last week. Last week, 9 catches, 149 yards, 3 TDs in the first half. 149 yards in the first half Cooper had. So I think this potent passing game for Indiana is going to take advantage of Illinois secondary. Illinois, they're also 3-0, but last week they beat up on Western Michigan. They were only up 10-0 at halftime, so it wasn't a blowaway to start out. Their one impressive win was over Duke, but that's not aging well. Duke lost last week to Tulane. Illinois, don't forget, they also took advantage of 5 Duke turnovers in that game, so that kind of swayed the score a little bit. Illinois allowed 9 sacks this year. Indiana's tough up front. I think they're going to get to the QB. So give me some Kurt Cignetti. Give me this -6.5. It's going to be electric. Indiana under the lights in Bloomington. Lock it down.
Oh, for sure. I definitely will have some wins. Nice. All right. The wise man just talked about Illinois and Duke. So wise enough, I'm going to Duke right now. So NC State at Duke is the game I'm looking at. Duke is 1-2. NC State's 3-0. Duke struggles against the run. They're ranked 90th in college football stopping the run. They especially cannot stop mobile quarterbacks. Jake Retzloff for Tulane, can't speak right now. Tulane had 111 rushing yards against them and 4 touchdowns last week. The quarterback from Tulane. And Duke's season opener, the only team they've beaten so far is Elon, and Elon's quarterback rushed for 61 yards. So they've lost to Illinois, they lost to Tulane. NC State is 3-0. They're 3-0, and they're averaging about 180 yards rushing a game. Their quarterback, he's not like a straight running quarterback, but he can scramble, he can move, and when he does run, he can move pretty well. He averages about 6.5 yards per carry when he runs the ball, and he has 3 rushing touchdowns. But their running back, Hollywood Smothers, he has home run ability, and he's had 140 yards the last 2 games. 140 yards against UVA, 140 yards against Wake Forest. Dude can run, right? So if you want a safe pick, I would take NC State +3. You can get it at some books, but I'm taking the Wolfpack for the upset. Give me the Wolfpack.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I saw NC State at +3 at some books. I think that's pretty much a lock. I think it's a very close game. I think NC State keeps it close. Like I said, Duke can't stop the run at all, and they run the ball really, really well. But I like the Wolfpack straight up. I like the Wolfpack money line.
I'm definitely in on that. Who are the founding members of the Wolfpack in WCW claim?
Okay.
Razor Ramon, yeah. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, yeah.
The Outsiders, maybe.
Yeah. He came in later. Yeah. But I ran into Kevin Nash in an Applebee's once outside of Detroit. It was amazing. Yeah, I think he was like picking up an order and he was in and out. I go, that's Diesel / Kevin Nash.
I've met him once. He was doing a signing at a Frederick Keys baseball game. Like it's a minor league baseball team in Frederick, Maryland. It was like wrestling night, and they had a bunch of old wrestlers there. Me and my buddy went, and he was there. And dude, that guy is huge.
Oh yeah, he's huge. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine running him into like actually seeing him out in public somewhere.
Yeah, just a random Applebee's outside of Detroit. Ran right in. He knocked over the "Please wait here" sign. I was waiting for a table, and like he's so big, he knocked over the sign. He was very apologetic, but good guy.
Some trivia about him. Did you know he was in the movie The Punisher? Did you ever see The Punisher with John Travolta? It was like came out like 2000 or something like that. No. He was like the big Russian guy. They came in and like fought the Punisher. And in the old Ninja Turtle movie, and Ninja Turtle 2, he played Super Shredder.
Learn something new every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going out tomorrow.
Oh.
We put one out a while ago. Our favorite wrestlers, or the Mount Rushmore, and then we also did tag teams, which we're going to put out tomorrow. Tag team wrestling one. We've done both. So the wrestling one was the first one we did, like probably 2 months ago now. At this point.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So this is kind of an SEC and an ACC pick. It's a game we're going to be watching tomorrow at Glory Days. Everybody's be tuning in. Big game, Florida at Miami. I have to go there. Big game, in-state matchup. Florida, look, they have a great defense. They have a really, really good defense. They held LSU pretty much to 13 points last week until Florida turned the ball over. LSU got a pick 6 and won 20-10, right? So Florida's got a legit defense. That being said, Miami looks legit. They look like legit. They look like they can score the best of them. Carson Beck, their quarterback, is playing out of his mind. He's throwing like 80% completion percentages per some games. I mean, he looks like he can light it up against anybody, right? So what I'm taking here is I'm taking Miami minus the points. Florida, they lost to South Florida 2 weeks ago. They lost to LSU last week, close game, like I said, and they threw the pick 6 to like kind of seal the game for LSU. They lost to South Florida 2 weeks ago. Miami destroyed South Florida last week, 49-12, right? So I get that like the South Florida game and matchups are totally different between teams, but I can't oversee that, and it's in Miami. I'm taking Miami minus the points. At some books, you can get it at -7. That even saves you in case it's only a touchdown win, because Miami does have a good defense. So if you get it at -7, I would definitely hop on that as soon as you can. I'm taking Miami -7. I still like -7.5 too, but if you get -7, it's even better. What you can probably look at an alt. You can probably look at an alt line -2.5, right? Somewhere and pay a little bit. So be halfway in between those two. Mm. Mm.
Yep. Thanks. Pick number 1, going to Madison, Wisconsin, -9.5. And then over to Bloomington, Indiana, night game, 2 ranked teams, Illinois, Indiana. I'm going with Indiana and -6.5.
The Battle of the Oranges, Syracuse at Clemson. I'm taking Syracuse plus the points. They're at +17.5 right now. Jump on it quick because it's moving. It's starting to move down. Most books have already moved it to 17. Some have moved it to 16.5 already. But there's still a few out there that still have it 17.5. Take that at 17.5 right now. Jump on it. My next bet was Auburn, Oklahoma. I kind of have two picks here. I like Oklahoma minus 6.5, and I like over 46.5. And then my next pick, NC State at Duke. The safe bet, if you want a safe bet, take NC State plus the points. They're at +3 right now. But I'm taking the Wolfpack. I'm taking the Wolfpack money line underdogs. And then my final pick is Miami, Florida at Miami. I'm taking Miami -7.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you put me on the spot on this one. I mean, number one, you have to go with the Hulkster. 3 demandments, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and root for the Hulkster. So going with the Hulkster, number one. Big Bret Hart guy growing up. I mean, I think during practice one time I put you in a sharpshooter at football practice one time, Laguna. I perfected that move. It's a mean move. Big Bret Hart guy. Also, huge Mr. Perfect guy. I mean, the Perfect Plex was one. Yeah, the Perfect Plex was a
Your
great
guys' list is pretty similar. Good God.
Yeah.
It's like almost identical.
Yeah, like Mr. Perfect would like spit his gum out and like smack it into the crowd. I mean, it just
my favorite of his was like, I don't know if you remember, they did like these like sports videos with him, and like he like, threw a football like the length of a field and like ran down and caught it. Like they like stuff like that. I was like
yeah. And then you gotta go, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the 2x4. Love me some Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I mean, and it's tough not to put, I mean, Ravishing Rick Rude, like what a character. Like he just go like make out with people in the crowd. Like it's such good memories.
Yeah, we made it a while ago. We've been sitting on it. I haven't edited it to put it out there. But yeah, we made it a while ago.
Wow. You'd have to put Demolition on that. You would have to put the Bushwhackers on there. The Rockers with Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty would have to be on there. And then Legion of Doom, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ooh. No, they're what? They're Wolverines. Oh my God,
your guys' regular wrestlers were pretty close too, except that JoeDaFan had Macho Man instead of Hacksaw.
Okay.
Yeah, had Macho Man. You had Hogan. You had Hogan on there too. I remember.
I mean, can we talk about the Steiner brothers? They'd come out in their Michigan varsity jacket. Oh, so garbage. They were. Oh,
you don't like these come out with the headgear too? Remember that, like the wrestling headgear, the Steiner brothers. My Mount Rushmore was definitely different. Mine was Undertaker. That's my favorite wrestler of all time. Undertaker.
Can't go wrong.
But like Undertaker, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, and who was my other? Oh, Shawn Michaels.
What? I could have this conversation all night.